Hi, everybody. It is the Queen of Yell for Change, Marvalyn Green, and I am from London, UK. And you are watching That's What's Up with Qiyamah Muhammad.
Oh, thank you. Peace and blessings, everyone. Sorry. Like, how many times have I done this? Okay.
Peace and blessings be unto you.
You're watching. Oh, sorry. You're watching That's What's Up with Qiyamah Muhammad. This is a series to showcase the lives of those in the albinism community, to share their stories and experiences. We're here with our guest for today, Marvalyn Green. And if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Good evening, everyone from London. My name is Marvalyn Green, and I am of Caribbean descent. I'm a Jamaican British, born in Jamaica, raised in the UK. Only one in my family who has albinism.
Whoa. Oh, okay. So we got a little few things to unpack there already.
Yeah.
But so thank you so much for joining me for today. It's such a good pleasure to meet with you and be able to speak with you today.
You're welcome, and it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure of mine to share this platform with you. Thank you for me. I've been seeing your work. I've been watching your content, and man, I'm so inspired by what you do. So thank you very much for having me on your platform to represent albinism as well.
Just thank you. That means a lot, because I know I already see what you're doing on Facebook and
I get it. I definitely get the the overwhelmness of it, because becoming an advocate and a broadcast host, it's a journey, and you're sharing your vision to the world, and you're sharing your story to the world. And for me, I know how it is with the stigma and the negativity towards albinism. So I've had fair share. I've also had the good, but I've also experienced some of the negatives as well. So just like you, Qiyamah, being coming from a black background, myself, having two black parents and knowing my skin was different, and knowing who I was as a person. I didn't know about albinism until like I was about 11, 12 when I came to the UK. They sat me down in school and they told me about this condition, and knowing about why I have to sit in front of the class and why I look at things so close up. It kind of explained my difference and why my skin was different. So it kind of was like a mystery for me growing up. But yes, I feel so empowered to see that people with albinism are coming out and bringing the visibility to the condition. And I'm very proud of us. I'm proud of we have come a long way with this. And one thing I've learned about this condition is what is our ridicule. When people ridicule us, or when society ridicules us, it is also our recognition, and that's as a blessing. And I'm so empowered by that. I'm empowered at the fact that many people with albinism are coming out and saying, look, I've been through this, I've been through that, and I'm not ashamed to hide anymore. I'm not to say that this is who I am. Albinism is a part of me, but it doesn't define, it doesn't dictate to me as a person.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And when you were saying how it's like, you're proud of every person that's coming out saying, this is who I am, that's how I feel too, because just growing up and like just in America, you see all of these like Black power, and it's uplifting Black voices, but then it's kind of like with me, I'm just like, yeah, I feel that, but then it's also like, what about people in the Black community that are albino? It's like you never see, or like rarely see, like us basically. But
Yeah,
then you see all these advocates and people that are like on social media, and then just like, wow, that's us.
yeah. And you know what the thing about it is where advocates is concerned, it's not an easy job being an advocate. It's not easy like stepping out the boat sometimes to be a voice where you know what it is to be silenced, you know what it is to go through certain things. And when you become a voice to the voiceless or bringing hope to the hopeless, if you can reach one person and one person has been touched or one person's been have an impact on what you do, you know you're doing something right. So, you know, I just want to encourage my albinism community. If we have to learn to empower ourselves
Mhm.
first and foremost, and we must learn to empower ourselves in a way that you are not a victim, but be a survivor and learn to love yourself for who you are against the odds, against the stigma, and just take this condition as a compliment and look at the things you have achieved. Don't look at the bad things that's happened, but move forward and look at the things that are ahead of you, which is good. Because many a times we focus on the stigma a lot and we focus on the discrimination and us regarding that. But how about the achievements of albinism? How about people who've albinism who have accomplished so much things on their journeys? Like some people who have businesses, some people who have jobs or who are pioneers. You know, some saints are not just advocates, but we need to empower that within albinism
Mhm.
and to really break the stigma and break the bias of society that when they can see that we are on that side doing nothing, they'll be like, yeah, they're no different from us. We are who we are. We are just normal like you. If you are like a police officer, let's praise that person Albert who is a police officer or who's a lawyer, who's a judge. We focus on those things by limiting the condition, as one would say, limit the condition by seeing the challenge, the limitation, but work around the challenge and work around the barriers and just push through it. Because I try to not focus on the weakness of myself. I try to work around the weakness, if you know what I'm saying.
Mhm. But yeah, I definitely get what you mean. Like just like when growing up, it's like you always think like all these people are, either talking down on you, talking down about the albinism trait, then it's just you learn to see past all of that.
Mhm. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And we just have to learn to just embrace ourselves and enhance albinism and empower ourselves more. And if we continue to empower ourselves, then the world will then society will have a different outlook. Because obviously albinism is misunderstood. It's
Definitely.
misunderstood a lot because of the prejudice and the stigma around albinism.
Mhm.
And for me, growing up, I did experience the negative, as I said, but it took me some years, it took me a while to kind of empower myself, and it brought a lot of healing to what I've been through. And obviously, if I could share a story and to empower someone's life, then I know that I have made an impact.
Yep.
So it's
And
important. It's very important.
definitely, definitely. And that's what I'm trying to do with That's What's Up, share like as many people's stories that I can, and give that outreach so that other people can see that we're kind of living similar lives, even though it's different, like either different times or just different environments. It's like we're still in that same circle.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, definitely. And it's important that I done a talk 2 weeks ago, and a couple of the speakers were saying about making allies.
Mm.
And and that's what we are doing here. We're making allies right now. You speaking with me, I'm speaking with you. We're making allies, and it's important that for our community to network and um to really help each other grow, help each other to be inspired. And even if whether we share our content, whether if it's business, whether if it's um, the platforms, anything we can do to help or to give support within the albinism community, because we gotta learn to support our own. Otherwise, if we don't learn to support our own, there's always gonna be a vision.
Mm-hmm. It's like if we don't do it ourselves, then who else? It's like
Yeah.
you gotta uplift your peers and like even just strangers, like uplift them, and you'll end up seeing results like
Yeah.
the end.
Yeah.
Let's see. You're already speaking truth and really.
Um, you know, for me, I just see it as, from my life experience with albinism,
Mhm.
it's actually giving me the strength. My journey with this condition, 30 plus years of living with albinism, it just gives me so much endeavor to keep pushing forward. It's
Mhm.
giving me the strength to go forward. And I just feel empowered. I feel empowered that I can be a voice. I never thought that I would be in this position to advocate for a cause as this. I feel, when I started this, it was just a little idea and a little thing. And now from a little idea with my family and friends to just take pictures, as I'm wearing yellow now. And that's how, Yell for Change started, with just a couple of my friends and family. And then from that, it just took off from there. So doing this type of work for albinism, you it's worth it, because I'm in solidarity with my community, my brothers and sisters, because you know who's going to be a voice for them? Who's
Right.
going to be the voice for the future generation? We set a legacy. You're doing Confident Albino brothers and sisters. You are setting a legacy for your community. I'm setting a legacy for Year for Change. Legacy makers, you know what I'm saying? So, we want to put a print, so others can follow. And I just feel privileged and humbled. I really have to humble myself, because it's because of people like you, people like Janissa, people like Maya Warren. It's why this advocacy is the way it is, because now I've met people with albinism, and man, I feel so touched by mothers and babies
Mhm.
that have this condition. It makes this advocacy worth doing. I'm just privileged and blessed.
Right. I feel that so much because, you know, I'm like you. I never thought just this one little seed of, hey, what if we do something for the community? It'll grow into something. And I'm meeting all these people from different countries, different states. I'm like, I've only seen someone that looked like me on the street, never really talked to them. But, here I am just seeing how a lot of a lot of others are having their own organizations, they're doing their own thing, and it's just so warming to
Oh,
see
bless
everybody
you.
that
Oh, bless you, sis. So, you know, so what about you? So I just wanted to ask you, when did you founded your advocacy cause?
oh, I started Confident Albinos when I was 16. So that was 2017. Wait, no, wait. So trying to figure out years.
Yes, all right.
But so I started it when I was 16 and I'm 23 now. Just turned 23 this year.
No way.
Mhm.
No way.
a few years.
If I tell you my age, you wouldn't believe me, would you? Right? I'm 33.
You do not look a day over 25.
Well, I take that as a compliment. It's no surprise. I'm 33. I thought you was older than that, to be honest.
It's like people would definitely think that we passed like like sisters, like either like a year between. Goodness. And how long have you been doing Yell for Change?
I started in 2020. Well, September will be 2 years.
Oh,
2 years, yeah.
and I already see what you're doing. It's like it's already going further than what you probably thought it would be.
I never thought it would. I'm being honest. I didn't think that it would. And oh my God, I've had so many people globally reached out to me saying, how Youth for Change is making a difference. And I'm touched by that. As I said before, if I reach one person, I'm doing something right. And I've done a project, to let my voice be heard. And thank you so much for being a part of this. Thank you, because over 100 people took part in all them posters on Youth for Change Instagram. It was so many people globally. And when I look back at it now, oh my gosh, I feel like if I made one person's life happy, or if I bring some type of impact with that project, I know that my job is done. But my job is not done with Youth for Change, but with being a voice and getting each person with albinism to amplify why their voice matters. It's just something that it was something that I felt empowered by. And doing Albinism talk with Marvalyn, like I done a global talk 2 weeks ago for IAAJ, and many people were touched by this content, the talk. Even the speakers that took part, they felt really empowered, and they were blessed by the talk itself, because we would have some deep conversations, deep talk. It's all about being themselves, and I wanted my community to just be them, to be themselves. No, it weren't pressuring anyone, putting no one on the spot. I just wanted everybody to be themselves. And it's amazing that even with that, because this was my first time being into broadcasting, coming back to broadcasting after almost 6-7 months, because my last broadcast I did was November, and November I lost my mom. My mom passed away. So I took a break from posting on Yell for Change for about 3-4 months. And I started in March coming back to posting again, and then to do this big broadcast or summit for albinism. This was my actual first time doing this since November. But I also had to remember that my mom will be very proud of me. And it's something that she even helped me with Yell for Change. She supported me when it first started. And to know that she would want me to keep going with the yellow torch for albinism, I'm going to make it my due diligence to keep going, because she would want me to keep going and so forth. So I'm truly blessed that she helped me. And in a way, she's always showing me videos of people with albinism, achievers, and just different things and different careers of people with albinism. And I felt so inspired that she actually helped empowered this. So Yell for Change would not be here also if it wasn't for my mother, Alone Power.
I'm sorry to hear about your loss, but I know that she's with you, and she knows that you're doing great things with Yell for Change and reaching out and putting out your outreach so you can touch other people and help make a difference in their lives too, as she did with yours.
I know. That's why it's important for me to keep going and to keep this legacy going, because it's not just for me and many PWAs out there. I'm doing this cause for future generation of albinism. There's so many babies and children that are coming forth now. And me and you and many older PWAs, we've paved the way for them. So they don't have to experience what we experienced in our childhood or experience growing up, teenage years. You know, we're in the adult stage now, but we doing what we're doing, we're basically sending a message to society that this is not going to keep going like this. We want to be the solution and not the problem, be the change and break the cycle of stigma towards the albinism community. And that's what my mom really wanted. She was like, I'm not in agreement of how they really do people with albinism in Africa with the killings and the rituals that they practice, and saying that we are, you know, we are some type of good luck charm and stuff like that. She was against all of that. So me doing Yell for Change, it's important for me to really send the message. I said, yeah, we're yelling for a change. We had enough of all this barbaric and unspeakable act that's been taking place in Africa, especially in the Tanzania area. And I felt like I have to be careful with words, but I would say if someone starts a trend, then someone else will follow the trend. And Tanzania started the trend, then other countries like Malawi, Zambia, Botswana, and certain parts, the eastern part of Africa, and they're doing the same thing towards persons with albinism. So it's always like a root cause to why these things happen. There's always from a beginning of a source that always happens there. So I believe that once a trend is set, then people are going to follow that trend. And to be honest with you, this trend that's taken place is a dangerous one. It is cruel. It is just violation of human rights and humanity. And I just think that the government needs to step up more to help the persons with albinism, not just within the killings also, but the discrimination, and take their health seriously, because skin cancer is the biggest killer right now. Provide the resources so that they can be protected with their physical health, and also like with just the social as well, social. And I just feel that if society can look at how it is, you know. And one of the things I've learned as well is the type of discrimination and racism is coming from your own kind. It's coming from your own people. It's not really coming from like a white person or I can speak of Black because I'm a full Black woman. So it's coming from your own race, your own ethnic group, your own people. And that's why it's like, it's when people talk about why is it matters. It matters because we have been treated like we're subhumans. Oh, Jesus, excuse me. We've been treated like we are not human. And I feel like we deserve some type of fair treatment. We deserve to be treated with respect and dignity. We're not asking for you to bow down to us. We are saying, look, enough is enough. Stop the dehumanization. Say no to the color stigmatization. Say no to the discrimination. You understand what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, as I said, we have to be the change and break the cycle, and so that the future generation of persons with albinism can see that there is a positive change within our community. Because if we don't break the cycle of this, then this cycle is going to keep going, and it's going to keep going, and it's going to keep going, and it's never going to change if we don't come to a point where, look, they deserve a chance in this life. They deserve to be in society. They deserve to be treated as humans. You understand what I'm saying? It's not about asking to bow down to us, but it's all about making sure that we are treated with fairness, equality, and respect. That's the main thing we want from society.
And you said how people say, why does it matter? It's like, it matters because we live it. It's like, and coming from another Black person that, you know, more melanated, it's like, you've been through it, but you're gonna perpetrate it on someone that just doesn't have as much melanin as you and might, have a little thing with their eyes, but it's like
Mhm.
just continuing like to put that on other people just because it's like a little different than you.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like we live it, and you said we're not asking you to bow down, we're just asking you to walk with us.
Right. Exactly.
Because we're equals,
Exactly.
in the same communities. Like my parents look like you, but I might not look like you. You might even have a child that would look like me. It's like you don't know if you have like the albinism gene or not. So how
Right.
are you going to feel when? And I know a lot of people don't like that comparison. It's like, how would you feel if so da 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 da? But like, really, you gotta put that in the mind of someone to like kind of make them like think on it, like and understand. It's like, how would you feel if your child has albinism, and then you see how like they're being treated, then you'd be like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that thing or did that thing to this person with albinism. Just
Right. Right.
yeah.
But it's about empathy. It's about empathy.
Mhm.
And one thing I've kind of, since I started this advocacy, was I learned to just be empathetic towards my community. And there's some people who struggle with self-esteem issues. And one of the things when I do have these talks with persons with albinism, and one of the topics I always bring up is mental health with albinism. And 9 times out of 10, this topic is not brought up. It's
Mm,
very seldom that mental health with albinism is even a subject that is even spoken about
mm,
in our community. And the self-esteem, the bullying, the ostracization and ridicule, it does take a toll on the mental health aspects of having albinism. Not just the fact, okay, there's no melanin with the skin, hair, and eyes, but the impact it has on somebody's mental health, of course, where when you try to fit in society and you want to know, oh, why don't this person want to be my friend? Why don't this person want to sit next to me? Why don't this person want to hang out with me? That rejection feeling, it does take a toll on
mhm,
the mental health aspects of albinism. And that's what people don't seem to understand, is that what you put out in a negative way, it does have an impact on somebody's self-esteem. It has an impact on the mental health. It has an impact on the emotional health, because why some struggle with confidence, some struggle with self-esteem, some struggle with different things, and they become so isolated. And that's something where we have to bring the visibility to these things. And I've got a friend of mine, and I was not long came off the phone to him, and he's a person with albinism, and he's in the States,
mm,
and he's a very close friend of mine. And we both agreed that we have to learn to not be victims of our past,
mhm.
but use this condition as a compliment. So I just want to shout out to my bro Darren for that. So thank you for telling me and helping me, as well as your sister. Love you. Um, but yeah, it's like he was kind of like encouraging me as well, even with Yell for Change. So it's good to learn from someone who has albinism, that's been through that situation, that knows, not just through albinism, but just in general, to just love yourself, love the skin you're in. Because if you don't learn to love yourself, then no one else will. And it's not easy coming out and say certain things, but if you take one step at a time, a baby step, then you'll get there in the process. And that's what I want to empower with Yell for Changes. Don't be a prisoner to your ways, and don't let fear cripple you, because if we let fear cripple us, then we're going to be stuck in that box. We're still going to be in that place mentally and emotionally, and we just need to break that cycle for ourselves. It starts with us first. We have to take accountability of ourselves and learn to love ourselves, learn to accept us, ourselves, for
Mhm.
who we are.
Mhm. Yep. Gotta, just learn to either have it wash off of your back. And I know that can be a hard thing to do for a lot of people, but gotta let it not bother you and just move past it. Like either like could take something from it, learn from it. And like even I know that that's something that I struggle with a lot. It's like
Hey, me too. Me too.
I
I
have
struggle with that too.
still like I still have confidence issues and self-esteem issues from childhood and even like into adulthood, but it's like gotta learn to work past that, change it into something positive and put that new type of positive mentality into something new and change it, you know, make make something of it really.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Hmm. Definitely. I just think it's taking baby steps,
Mhm.
taking baby steps with self-confidence, because I'm not saying you have to be this big confident person, but be confident enough in yourself to say, you know what, I'm beautiful, and speak to yourself and say, you know, I'm Marvalyn or I'm Qiyamah, I'm beautiful in my skin. And if you learn to just empower, if you learn to empower yourself, learn to encourage yourself, it does help.
Mhm.
It feels good to empower yourself, because it has to come from you. It has to come from you. It doesn't have to. Well, it's like everybody look at you and say, "Oh, Marvalyn, you inspire me," or "Oh, Kiama, you inspire me." But just take that moment to encourage yourself as much as that person's encouraging you. But we have to take that moment in ourselves to encourage ourselves so that we can be better individuals. And once the people see that you're confident in your skin, they're gonna be like, "Oh my God, how did she do that? How did Kiamo be so confident?" They don't, you know what I'm saying? It just takes time and healing and self forgiveness. And that's what I had to do. Forgive myself for the things that I put up with, forgiving myself that to really make a change within myself as a Black woman and as a woman with albinism, just to, you know, don't allow my past define me, even though it was a big struggle for a very long time. But I had to learn from my mistakes and learn from the decisions that I've made. And just tell myself that, hey, it is what it is. I can't change my past, but I can learn from it and I can grow within myself and to help others as well, because I can tell them my story and say, look, I've been through this, but I had to self forgiveness, and I had to learn to know my self worth, because that's so important within the albinism community. Self worth and self value is a must. Learn to respect yourself and learn to value yourself so others can see that about you, what you represent. When you are your own asset, so you have to represent your own self, your own brand. You are your own brand, and you got to learn to just embrace that and just empower that, and to really keep growing, grow as a person, and use the things that you've been through as a powerhouse, and use all of that to just to keep speaking and keep going, and allow others to see your growth through the things you've done with your life. Because as I said, self-empowerment is so essential. And as I said, it just comes from you.
Mhm. Right. And it's like that one saying, is it really a saying if it's kind of been, well, anyways, but like that one saying is like, you're the main character of your life. So you have to write your story and like tell it basically.
Hmm.
And, and
Definitely.
really it doesn't have to, like the course of your life doesn't have to be, for advocacy or, just it could just be like a hobby that you want to do. It's like, yeah, oh, I like to act. So then you go into the acting industry and it's just something that you love because you learn to like work past and do the baby steps, and then you just find out, hey, I actually like these things, so I can make my life better. I can help, either like help my family and just do make like make your life what you want it to be, basically.
Yes. Because as I said, you are your own asset, and you can be anything you want to be as long as you put your mind to it and your heart in it. And one of the things when it comes down to meeting people with albinism and doing the advocacy with Yale for Change, it was about the passion. And if you're passionate about what you do, you find that people will see your dedication and the work you do. And as for you, Qiyamah, I really admire the things you do for your advocacy cause and for our community. And I really I'm not just inspired by you, but I'm inspired by so many albinism influencers. That's really, hey, I'm inspired. I'm really, really touched on that to see us doing amazing things. I'm proud of us. Honestly, I'm very proud of our community.
Give us a round of applause. And for others who are,
Yeah, we have to, of course, yes. Clap for it. Yeah, yeah. One of the things I've learned, and one of the things I have to say, that I'm gonna keep saying this, with Yell for Change, there's no competition. We don't compete around here. It's about lifting each other up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If you got your content and you say to me, oh, can you promote this for me? I'm gonna promote your stuff. I'm gonna share it on my story because hey, we need each other.
Mm-hmm.
We need each other. We need each other because, you know, if we don't learn to support our community, no one else will. There's always going to be a division. So we have to learn to support each other. So if you say to me, Marvalyn, oh, can you share my business? Can you just promote it for me on your story? Of course I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because we're here. Like, even though I'm yelling for change, you know, I'm not just about yelling for change. I'm also about empowering albinism. That is one of the 4 E's of Yell for Change. Empowerment, encouragement, education, and enlightenment. Those are the 4 E's of Yell for Change. And that's what it's all about. You know, we support each other. We help each other grow. You know, it's all about, that's what it's all about. There's no competition whatsoever. We help each other. We support each other. You know, if you see a sister crown falling off, we help lift the sister up. You know, if you see a brother doing his thing, go support it. If you want to go buy a merch, go and buy a merch. You know, all of those things, we support our community. And that's why it's so important, back to the allies of, you know, making allies with us as a community. We have to start making our own allies. We have to. And it works. And it's with the right people who have good intentions for your work, for your vision.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I don't want to take all of the, you know, the compliments. So I'll put it right back to you because I think I just joined your Facebook group yesterday, but I'm already seeing like all the love and support that's in that group. I'm just like,
yes, the Albinism on the network.
Yes, yep.
I created that. I created that recently, so it's fairly new, and it was just to kind of bring to empower albinism business, empower albinism advocacies, you know, empowering people's work within the albinism community. And I just think it's essential that, you know, we start our own network because, you know, I see these groups on Facebook and I see these people that do like black businesses or black owned economy, black this, black that, or white this, white that. I'm thinking, hang on a minute. It's me and another person, Albinism, came up with the idea and said, how about we create a group for our own community? And I know that if people share it, many will join. You know, it's just it's like one little seed you plant, it will blossom.
Yeah.
So I'm just thanking everyone that's been a support to Yell for Change and a support to the work that I'm doing for the albinism community. I feel so inspired. I really do, because when I see us doing great things and when I see that people's work that is out there and not enough credit is given, you know, not many credit is given to the albinism community. So if we can empower each other and support each other by sharing your business, sharing your work that you do, then we will see your vision. We will support that. And I'm just grateful for you and everybody that's joined the group. It's all about, giving support. It's all about, helping each other. And if anybody who wants to start a business, this is the route to go within our community. Be our support system to those who do not have any clue of what to do, and for those who are experts in that field as well. And I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful for this group, honestly, because otherwise, as I said, if we don't support each other, no one else will.
Right, right. That's like really like the main message. So you gotta support each other because you won't really find it anywhere else.
Mm-mm.
So you gotta uplift and not uproot.
Absolutely. It is what it is. Albinism is here to stay. It's forever. Like whether you wanna embrace it or not, it's gonna be here forever. Like when I see babies 20 years from now, these children, they will have a story to tell.
Mhm.
And I want it to be a positive story, not a negative story.
Right. So you want it to be a success and not a failure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Because then
And
even
I
then
think,
they'll, like when they grow up, they'll see all of these support systems, be like, whoa, so where's all these, where was all of this?
you know what? As you mentioned that, when I when I was little, and I'm thinking, where's all of this? I didn't have no one to look up to, like nobody within the albinism community who's an albinism influencer, or where was this when I was little? Where was this? In my 33 years of life, where was all of this?
Mhm. Right.
I know it's like I'm seeing so many Marvalyn Greens up in here. I'm seeing so many of me, so
Mhm.
many like me, who look like me, even though we're different and we come from different cultures and backgrounds, but I'm seeing so many people like me, golden beauty. And it just feels nice to know
Yeah.
that there's so many people with albinism
Mhm.
who are just like me, you know. And it just feels so good. Like it just feels so. We feel like we're like a union. It's like a union thing, and it's like unifies us to know that when we come together, we're like one big army. We are a force when we unite as one.
Yep, yep. And even with me in my 23 years of life, it's like I just like seeing all of this now, and people who are making their own thing and telling their own stories, and they're coming to me like, oh, you've inspired me to do this. I'm just like, excuse me. But then I'm just like, oh my gosh, that's great. So now we can support each other, and I'll see you grow farther and go far than like wait we've even thought that would be possible. So it was just like a really nice, warm feeling in your heart, just seeing all of this community. It's like this is us. It's like I'm seeing me in you, you're seeing me in like everybody else, and all the love and support.
Yeah, yeah. Like I'm saying, look, I'm talking to Marvalyn Green right now. Y'all talking to Qiyamah Mohammed.
Exactly.
you know. I said, look at us, look how unified we are. It feels good. No, it feels good to know that you're not alone. I'm
Mhm.
not alone. And so many people, I would have said, can honestly say, I'm not alone. Yay. There's somebody who looked like me. There's somebody who can relate to my story. There's so many people who can relate to just certain things. And I'm just grateful. I've had mothers inboxing me on Facebook saying, oh man, you've been a blessing. And a lot of people have been using the hashtag of Yale for Change.
Mhm.
And it feels good to know we're definitely yelling for change, and we're going to keep yelling for change, whether through social media, whether through um, the community outside of social media. We will continue to yell for change because that's what it's all about, bringing a change for a better future.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And like even with confident albinos, like we're here to uplift the self-esteem and the confidence so they can be better version of themselves.
Absolutely. You're
then
right about that.
then with
You're
us,
definitely right.
even though we're in two different well we're in two completely different countries, we're like unified right now and in the Zoom call, and just like worldwide love. Yeah, it's like a worldwide community because we're everywhere. It's like you might not see us, but it's like we're like right next to you.
I don't know how. I don't know how I would have.
I just like can't stop smiling.
You know what it is? It's just when I smile because the beauty of albinism. It puts a smile on my face. The beauty of us, the beauty of having a condition that not many don't understand, and to see how we have accomplished so much in our years. And I think with your advocacy with Confident Albino and Yell for Change, it's about bringing something to the table. It's like, okay, it's like when you have your food and you're gonna eat something, you're gonna have your rice, you're gonna have your chicken, you're gonna have your fish. It's a bit like that. So you have different types of ingredients in your food, but yet it tastes so good.
Right. It's like it's still giving you nutrients.
Right,
Whatever type
exactly.
of dish it is, you're still getting something.
Right, right. We're getting strength from eating the food that's gonna give us nutrients. Is gonna bring some type of good benefits to our body. So we're doing this type of talk and doing this type of podcast. It's good food for your mental health. It's good for your spiritual health. It's good for just in every aspect of our lives. And it's important that we keep going at this, not just for just now, but just make it be a thing where we continue this journey with more people with albinism. And if we bring the visibility of all these broadcasts, and then the world will see that we are indeed trying to make a difference here. We're bringing the food to the table here. We're bringing the feast here. You're bringing Alfred, confident albino feast. I'm bringing the Yell for Change feast. And then when somebody else will bring. When you go to like get-togethers, more the merrier. So hey, join the club.
Right. And it's like you might not find your dish, but you'll find something else to eat.
Yes.
You'll find a place to sit.
Yes. Yes, and you may not eat a bit of the pork, or you might not eat fish, but there's different dietary requirements there, so you can eat any food you want. So it's still the same message, but just different flavors and different preferences. So I'm just grateful for that. I'm grateful.
I'm grateful to just having you here, and you're speaking on your experiences and your organization and your advocacy. Just it's like I'm taking life lessons with me after, after we end. I'm gonna apply all of this stuff to like my mindset, so I can make cabs just bigger and like reach out to more people. And it's just so good.
All right. Man, I feel like I'm doing Albinism talk with Marvalyn right here. But it's all about encouraging each other and the work you do and my work I do. And it's for me, I just look at Yell for Change as the people's Yell. It's not about Marvalyn Green, but I look at this work for the people, for the people within albinism community, and not just them, but the future PWAs coming up. in this space in time. And
Mhm.
we want to bring as I said, the food, get the right message in so they can be filled up. And I just want a positive change for the future to come. And that's what it's all about. We bringing um, these advocacies or these broadcasts to spread the awareness in any way, shape, or form.
Mm.
Thank God for technology.
Yes, yes. Like if we did not, if we didn't have technology, we wouldn't be right here spreading our message.
Well,
Like,
I'll probably doing a roaming card, thing, because we're paying a big high bill at this rate. But thank God for the internet.
yeah. It's like, and we wouldn't even, have met each other virtually.
Yes. Oh my
Let's
God.
went over, to the country that we're in. It's like, how likely would that be?
Oh boy, I just, well, I'm just praying to God that financially in a place where we all can have a big albinism summit,
Ooh,
a big summit. That's what I wish for.
goodness, just seeing the like seas of people with albinism, and it's like, yo, this is us. It's like I see it.
Have a big summit, just, where then obviously we do like a ticket event and then all proceeds will go to a particular non-profit organization within albinism.
Mhm.
That'll be so good that, when all of us can just in a room and we can just celebrate our golden skin, celebrate our greatness, celebrate, our condition and just say, hey, it is what it is. Albinism is here to stay. Albinism's forever. And if you don't like it, there's nothing you can do about it.
Right, so it's like either just hate or join in on the celebration. You don't want to, just be on the wall looking in like, dang, I wish I
And
could
then,
be.
yeah. And then you want to isolate yourself.
Hmm. Like, it's like, come on, join in. It's just a huge family.
Man, when I done Albinism talk the other day, it was like from the talk, it was like we formed a family. It's like now I formed a family. And they say adoption is powerful, and definitely I'm a witness to that. And once we can continue to expand in our albinism community, and for those within the albinism community who are on the outside thinking, oh, it's not gonna work. Well, you can stay in that mindset. But if you think outside the box and you play it safe, then you're not going to get anywhere. You've got to come out your comfort zone and come out the box
Mm-hmm.
and see for yourself. If I didn't come out the box and come out my comfort zone, I want to be where I am right now. I want to be sitting here talking to you.
Mm-hmm. Right, right. It's like if my mom hadn't suggested, hey, what if you did something for the community? It's like this
Thank
would
you, Mama.
it's like thanks to the moms, you helped us.
Yes, Mama. Rest in peace to mine. But yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Thank you, Marvalyn's mom, for giving me the chance to meet you.
Yes. And she loves yellow too. So yellow, so it's kind of funny. Yellow is our advocacy color, and yellow is my mom's favorite color. So I'm
It's like
wearing yellow.
it's like an honor.
Huh?
It's like an honor.
It is a brother honor. It is, and I know she'll be cheering me on. And I smile when I talk about my mom. I cry as well, but I
Mhm.
talk about my mom in a way that she's just beautiful. She's amazing, and yeah, I feel empowered by. She gave me her blessing before she went, and that's why I'm here today, because my mom gave me her blessing and the strength of a mother's love. I just feel every day, even though she's no longer here, I just know that her love will never stop, even though she's no longer with me and my siblings. But yeah, I just feel empowered and I feel inspired by her, because obviously, being a black mama,
Mhm.
the strength of a black woman. Yes. And I'm just grateful for that tenacity. And one of the things I'll take from my mom was the determination to not give up and keep going. That's one thing I would take from her. And even with Yell for Change, I will just keep going and keep reaching people within my community. So that's exactly what I would take from my mother. And mom, I love you, and just keep watching over me. Keep watching over me. And thank you to Qiyamah's mom for blessing me with a beautiful sister. You know, beautiful lady, beautiful heart, beautiful soul. Love you, sis,
I
all
love
the time.
and just love everything that you're doing, and I can see, it's evident. I can see how your mom raised you. It's like you're a
Thank you.
strong Black woman, Black albino woman. It's like you're doing something for the community. It's like, and you're making something of yourself and helping others see like the change that they can make in their lives too. And
Thank you.
I'm really glad that we were able to have our chat today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for inspiring me, and thank you for the love you showed for YFC. Thank you so much. And I'm just grateful to be here. It's an honor. It's an honor.
It's an honor to have you with us.
Thank you.
So, before we wrap this up, were there any last words or a message that you'd like to give to everybody who might end up watching this video?
Yeah, sure. My message would be the biggest disability is ignorance. That's my message, for one. Number two, if you see a person with albinism, compliment them, and just ensure them that they belong in society, and just be kind, because it doesn't cost anybody to be kind. Kindness is free. And we just have to learn to, just to include people with albinism. We are just human beings. We're not dogs. We're not animals. You know what I'm saying? Just be kind. Just empower albinism and just make them know that they're beautiful, and we are. We're here to stay, and just be compassionate as well. If you see a person with albinism feeling a bit down, just just be that shoulder, or be that person to have a conversation. It does help. One word, or a phone call, or a text, it makes a difference in a person's life. So one word change a person's mood. It changes you.
Mm-hmm.
And also, for the people within the albinism community, don't be a prisoner with your voice. Greatness cannot be silenced. And be your own greatness. And you have the power to change you.
Yes, I'm taking all of this to heart. It's like I'm apply that to my daily life whenever I end up going outside.
That's what you should.
And were there also, your socials? Can say your socials or anything you want to shout out, and we can put the links into the description so everybody can.
Yes, of
follow.
course. Yes, of course. So Yell for Change is on all social media platforms, and we are also on YouTube as well. So that is advocacy purposes for albinism, Yell for Change. But if you want to get in touch with me, Facebook, Marvalyn Green. Yeah, so Facebook, Marvalyn Green, and Yell for Change is on all social media platforms.
It's like, I don't even want to end this call right now, but I know it's probably late for you.
Do you know what? I'm a night owl, so it's all right.
But I already know that we have more stuff to cover. So hopefully this could be a part 2, maybe.
Yes, of course. Part 2, yes.
Yes, definitely set that up in the future.
Definitely.
Thank you so much to Marvalyn Green for being here today. You just watched That's What's Up with Qiyamah Muhammad. be sure to like and subscribe to see more videos like this. And thank you so much again to Miss Marvalyn Green and Yell for Change, the changes that you're doing in the albinism community, the uplifting. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for you.
And Yell for Albinism. Together we stand, together we can. Much love and God bless you.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure talking with you.
And it's a pleasure of mine. Thank you.
You have a wonderful rest of your day or night. What time is it?
Oh gosh, I don't look. It's probably about 10 o'clock now. Probably.
Yeah, I know that's probably late or getting late.
Right.
But yes, thank you once again. And it was a pleasure talking with you, getting this conversation started and, you know, sharing your wisdom.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I'll see you later and see you in the next one.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.